Everyone is talking about vibe coding, but if you actually want to build something with AI, which tool is better, ChatGPT or Claude? So for this video, I gave both tools the exact same app idea, the exact same prompt, and compared the results like a real beginner would. The goal was simple: build a clean AI productivity dashboard using only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No frameworks, no complicated setup, just one simple web app that should work on desktop and mobile. Welcome to ToolStack Daily, where we break down AI tools, productivity workflows, and digital systems that actually save time. Before we compare the results, let's quickly define vibe coding. Vibe coding means you describe what you want in plain English, and the AI helps generate the code. Instead of manually writing every line from scratch, you guide the AI with prompts, feedback, and corrections. It feels fast, but the real question is not whether AI can write code. The real question is whether it can build something usable, explain what it made, and help you fix problems when things break. For this test, I asked both ChatGPT and Claude to build the same project, a simple AI productivity dashboard. The dashboard needed a dark mode SaaS-style design, a task list, an AI tools tracker, a notes section, a productivity scorecard, polished buttons, mobile responsiveness, and beginner-friendly code. Same prompt, same requirements, two different AI tools. Let's start with ChatGPT. ChatGPT's biggest strength was how clearly it approached the task. It understood the requirements, gave a structured response, and explained the code in a beginner-friendly way. For someone who is just starting with vibe coding, this matters a lot, because when AI gives you code, you don't just need the output, you also need to understand what is happening. ChatGPT was especially useful for planning, explaining, and breaking the app into parts. It felt more like a coding tutor. The output was practical, easy to follow, and good enough to start building quickly. But the downside is that the first design may still need polishing. The UI can work, but you might need to ask follow-up prompts to make it look more premium, more modern, or more production ready. So for ChatGPT, the main strengths are planning, explanation, debugging help, and beginner friendliness. Now let's look at Claude. Claude's response felt more polished in terms of structure and writing. It handled the longer instruction very well and created a clean, organized output. For vibe coding, Claude often feels strong when you want a complete first draft with better structure and a more refined layout. The code can feel cleaner, and the explanation is usually smooth and well organized. Claude is especially useful when your prompt has many requirements and you want the AI to keep everything in context. In this test, Claude was strong at turning the idea into a more complete product-style response. But there is one important thing to remember: a cleaner first draft does not automatically mean the app is perfect. You still need to test the code, check the layout, review the logic, and make sure everything actually works. So for Claude, the main strengths are structured output, long context handling, UI polish, and clean first drafts. Now here is the practical comparison. For planning the app, I would give the point to ChatGPT. For explaining the code to a beginner, ChatGPT also feels easier. For creating a polished first draft, Claude feels stronger. For handling a detailed prompt with many requirements, Claude does very well. For debugging and step-by-step improvement, ChatGPT feels more comfortable. For clean structure and writing, Claude has an edge. So which one is better for vibe coding? The honest answer is, it depends on what stage you are in. If you are starting with an idea and you need help thinking through the structure, use ChatGPT. If you want a cleaner first version of the code and a more polished draft, use Claude. If you are a beginner and you want the AI to explain things clearly, ChatGPT may feel easier. If you already know what you want and need a strong first implementation, Claude may feel better. But the best workflow is not ChatGPT versus Claude. The best workflow is ChatGPT plus Claude. Use ChatGPT to plan the app, define features, break down the logic, and debug problems. Use Claude to generate a cleaner first draft, improve structure, and refine the interface. Then test everything yourself, because vibe coding can help you move fast, but it can also make you lazy if you blindly trust the output. AI-generated code can look correct and still have bugs, bad structure, or security issues. So use AI to build faster, but don't skip testing, reviewing, and understanding the code. My final verdict is simple. For beginners, ChatGPT is better as a coding guide. For polished first drafts, Claude is stronger. For actual vibe coding, use both.